I think it is indeed not only a rare privilege, but also an occasion to feel proud of, to be addressing all of you. When I say I'm proud of standing here and addressing, it's for the simple reason that you all represent what India is for in the future. You represent an India which is going to be inspiring, an India which is going to be very competitive, and I hope an India that will be highly innovative in the work that we do. I think we must certainly recognize the role, the critical role played by ITsAP in bringing so many organizations under one umbrella, to network with all of you, to bring to the notice of the government the several issues that you're facing, and to relentlessly pursue their goal of making Hyderabad an intellectual capital of the world. And I thank ITsAP and Rajanagaru and his team for the wonderful work they've been doing all these years. How proud we all must feel today to be seated here, because Andhra Pradesh was once considered the rice granary of the world. Its farmers were recognized for their hard work. They were also recognized for being part of the transformation that came about in agriculture in those days. That has fortunately translated to what we are doing today. Information technology and ITES has brought about a second transformation in Andhra Pradesh. This revolution is what has taken Andhra Pradesh a definite place in the world map. There are many a times when we feel proud when you see a question being asked to a potential United States presidential candidate about what he thinks about outsourcing jobs to India. What are his views about information technology industry and how the challenges that the Americans expect to face from an ever-growing Indian competition. This is something that we all dreamt of 20 years ago, 25 years ago. To meet here and give awards to a lot of these companies that have excelled, in itself, I think, is a great opportunity. A great opportunity to reflect on some of the contributions our earlier leaders have done. And I cannot but reflect upon how the late Prime Minister Sri Rajiv Gandhi was instrumental in bringing about that focus on information technology. His advocacy for the need of technology in all sectors is what made government realize the importance of information technology. And I think in Andhra Pradesh, for us to stand here and say that we have achieved this great benchmark of 50,000 crores of revenue could not have been made possible without the support of people who have come in with investment in those days, people who decided to be enterprising in nature, people who have worked very hard to make it successful, academic institutions that have produced brilliant engineers from our region. All these have contributed, each one of them in their own way, to make us feel proud of what we are doing today. Last but not least, government also had its role to play. And I know that you all feel comfortable in having an information technology minister in Mr. Ponna Lakshmaya here, because he certainly has been someone who's been educated abroad, who has lived abroad, who empathizes with the needs of the industry, and that is critical. The reason being that since most of you are holed up in your own offices and you're doing your own work, the government need not necessarily be proactive all the time. But for the government to rise up when there's a challenge that you're all facing, to respond to the issues that you're facing, is when it is critical. Today, the government of Andhra Pradesh realizes that information technology and ITES services are the main drivers for the spurt in economy. We cannot ignore the fact that it is merely a number game, that it's merely about exports or it's about employment, whether direct or indirect. The fact remains that the state of Andhra Pradesh, the government of Andhra Pradesh, has to be proactive in responding to the needs of the industry. And so far, we have never failed. We have in fact set benchmarks when it came to what the government can do in this country. The physical infrastructure that has been created in Hyderabad is something that we all feel proud of. Most of my friends in the business have told me that the biggest hurdle that they face is in trying to invite someone to Hyderabad. But the moment they land at Shamshabad airport and drive down on the outer ring road and come to their offices in Gachibowli or in Madhapur, the deal is done, because they realize what a fantastic potential Hyderabad has. They appreciate the quality of life that we're all trying to lead. This is what makes a difference for a business to move ahead. And this is what true government's role comes in. We also realize the shift, the urbanism that is coming in, the youth who are migrating from the rural areas into the urban areas in quest for employment. We realize the urgency to have more facilities in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. I know it's very critical for the government of Andhra Pradesh to develop infrastructure facilities on similar lines in these cities. And I can assure you that we will also not be far behind in doing our best. Governments are expected to regulate business activities, but like I said earlier, if I were in your shoes, I would prefer that governments interfere less in our activities and help us, handhold us in taking our business further. This requires a little bit of self-regulation. And the list of awards that I saw today, I must really appreciate the time taken, the vision with which you have chosen the various categories of these awards are all in the right direction. Because I think corporate social responsibility of every company, every individual, every citizen of this country is towards improving the quality and lifestyle of every citizen, but not just one or two persons in their company. I'm sure these achievements have come in with a lot of hard work. To all the awardees who are here today, congratulations on behalf of the government of Andhra Pradesh and all of us here.